Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Travel Talk. I'm your host, Mickey Mark, and joining me, as always, is my co-host and cohort, Mr. Neverland Nate.
Okay, so listen, I know what the beginning reminds me of now. It reminds me of Step Brothers. Remember when?
Oh yeah,
Remember when they're like when they're just saying all the stupid things they do, like they know karate and they're bouncers.
it's like, did we just
That's
become best friends? Yup.
crazy, crazy.
So how's it going, man?
Good man. How's Texas?
It's actually the sun is out today. The first
Yeah,
time we've seen sun in I think a little over a week. So and it didn't rain yet
yeah.
today. So
We
it's
had a
been
storm roll through here. It kind of just
It's
lasted a
probably
few minutes.
probably the same storm that came through yesterday. So
Right.
it's definitely just coming in waves after wave, right? Just not, lots and lots of rain. But hey, you know what? At least it's not 100 degrees and
Yeah.
sticky
No.
out. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
I'll take it. I'll
All
take
right.
it.
Speaking of waves, let's bring in our buddy MVP Pat.
What's going on, Pat?
Not much. How you doing, guys?
Good, Pat. What's
Living the
happening?
dream.
There's so much news going on that we had to have Pat join us tonight to help us sort through it all.
Exactly. And Pat's first time guest of the show. He's also one of our fellow MVP Rockstar agents. So one of the best in the biz, right? So the guys representing MVP. So
Yeah, there
Pat,
we go.
where are you coming from this evening? Where are you hailing from? Let all our viewers know.
I'm from South Jersey. I'm about 10 minutes from Philadelphia, so as you can see in the background, supporting the local teams.
Ah, the Dirty Birds, the Eagles.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm in Texas. So we're the NFC, man. We got to talk trash to each other all the time, right? So
exactly.
it's all right. Hey, what's been going on in your neck of the woods? I hear you've been quite busy with some bridal parties, huh?
Yeah, I did the Bridal Expo a couple weeks ago, and basically cruising is definitely back. A lot of people are definitely interested in cruising right now. So the Disney Wish
Yeah.
rolling out, it's definitely a good time to be interested, especially with that boat. It looks beautiful. All the new dining experiences, the new aqua ride. It's
Yeah,
something to experience.
that new aqua
Nice.
ride is going to be really cool. I wish we would get some kind of opportunity to go try it before they sail, but I know that's not going to happen. So,
Right.
Darren says the theme reminds him of Get Smart. I guess he's talking about our intro video.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that was a good movie. I love Steve Carell. So
Real
yeah,
quick before we even dive into more stuff, just on the Book of Faces, Melissa Shaheen just posted a screenshot of her friend's plans and tickets on their My Disney Experience.
yeah.
Both dining and fast passes are both in that bottom now.
Yeah, so I've been seeing all kinds of stuff all day, right? So
Yeah.
it's definitely something is going on now. A lot of people are saying it's a glitch, it's whatever, and we've seen it right over the past months.
Yeah.
We've seen it on our end,
I've
we've
seen
seen it on the
one, I've
consumer
seen
end.
the other. I've never seen them together as a
This is true.
glitch.
This is
Right.
true, right? So something on the back end, somebody's flipping switches, making changes to the code, something, right? So, and Disney's dropping literally news bombs every day. And just today, right? So we heard June 15th, the magic day, right, is upon us for all of California to go to
There you go.
100% capacity. And Disney just came out and says, hey, if you're not a California resident, guess what? You're welcome back starting June
You
15th.
go to
So,
Disneyland and
yep.
you go to Disneyland.
As Walt says, all who come here are welcome to this happy place. So you can go right back again now. So you can go join
There
the
you
rest
go.
of California and get your Disney fix on the West Coast. So
Yep.
June 15th. And then also they expanded the Park Pass reservation window. So previously it was 60 days. Now you have up to 120 days out to book your Park Passes.
Yep.
And then if you didn't already do that, I'm pretty sure they're very slim into the summer dates. It's going to be a big push, just like it was in Florida, right, for people to
I
go back
heard
when it
that they
reopened.
opened a bucket today.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
and
I
it's
heard
already
that. I
filling
heard.
up quickly.
Right.
Yep, just like in Florida, right? Everybody wants to go now that they can go.
Right.
People who bought tickets when they started selling them, when you had that 8 hour wait on the phone and stuff,
Yeah.
they were selling tickets to people outside of the state, and they were saying, "Hey, we're not saying no," and they were right. You know, we questioned it. We have even a few agents who did it. Says, "Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna try it." Well, they're gonna get to go, so good for them. I'll go maybe this fall after the summer rush subsides, if there is one, of subsiding rather. But I plan on going back to Disneyland very soon to check out Avengers Campus and all the new things that have been there since I was last there in
Yeah, absolutely.
2019. So yeah, definitely
Yep.
great news. Face coverings, though, unfortunately, you still have to wear those on the West Coast at all places, inside, outdoors. But the East Coast, Walt Disney World, you don't have to outdoors. And the reactions lately, I've seen a lot of people who said that, it's pretty much like a sigh of relief, right? People walking around the park, a lot happier. There's not a lot of confrontations and stuff
Yeah.
like that were happening
Sure.
because of the masks. So I think it's been well accepted. And even the social distancing has kind of been relaxed a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw today, they're loading multiple parties into the Skyliner gondolas now.
Yep. Saw that.
So whereas it was one party per gondola, now they're doing that more. So that'll kind of speed up the efficiency of that transportation.
Yep.
I'm sure Nate will always argue that he'll still get back to the resort faster via bus because he always proves me wrong every time. But
That was the
I
best.
still
That's the
say
best story that ever took place, though. As far as I'm gonna beat you, no, you're not.
Nate's in his PJs watching TV.
After a
Hey
shower,
man, where you
and
been?
yeah.
Hey, I still say it to this day. It's the best mode of transportation. It's the quickest. It's the most efficient way to get around. Unless
Sure.
you're with me and Nate wants to prove me wrong, which he will. So,
Sometimes. Yep.
so yeah, that was kind of the big news, right? Is the reopening. We've got an update. Obviously, Jungle Cruise is returning to Disneyland.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So the refurbishment and enhancements have been completed over there. July 2nd. I'm sorry, no, July 16th. It opens, and then later on this summer in the Magic Kingdom. So yeah, looking forward to those changes.
Magic Kingdom's open, isn't it?
No, well, as far as the new enhancements,
Oh, okay.
those will be completed by this summer. The ride's
Gotcha.
open, but they're continuing to do the enhancements after park hours.
Gotcha.
So yeah, hopefully that won't be too much of a delay. PhotoPass. So those of you who've used it before, you know how great of a service it really is. They're continuing to evolve that service and add new things like we've talked about in the past. The PhotoPass capture your moment ceremony or session where you can basically get a private photo session with a photographer. Disney's now partnered with Snapchat. So for those of you who know what Snapchat is, it's basically kind of like Instagram, but for the younger generation. Has filters and all kinds
Oh,
of
them
goofy
kids.
stuff. Yeah, all that goofy stuff you can do with your phone. So Disney's partnered with them to come out with a cool new filter or lens, so to speak. And we'll just kind of give you a little preview of what it's like. So pretty cool. You can
Yep.
use the PhotoPass filter and Snapchat filters at home through June 3rd. And then they're going to be exclusively unlocked while you're inside the park via, location services on your phone. But this is just another great way to get your interactions with the characters in a photo op because, right now they can't have those, face-to-face character interactions just yet. But, new ways that they expand the service and offer it to guests. So I think it's pretty neat. And
Yep.
if you have the Snapchat app, open it up, try it out, drop a comment with your photo so we can all see how you tested it out. So it'd be cool to watch.
Yep.
And then another big update: Disney World has always been, home to all their massive resorts that they have on property, but they do have partner resorts and partner communities that they sell as well. So with obviously the amount of people going to Disney, they need more and more availability. They've now opened up the Margaritaville Resort in Orlando. They have access to their cottages inventory. So if you've got families of more than 5, more than 6, that would be traditional standard room too much. You've got up to 5-bedroom villas and cottages that are available within minutes of the resort, the Walt Disney World Resort. Margaritaville, if you don't know where it's at, it's basically just south of Animal Kingdom Lodge, just outside the resort grounds. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops to get to the parks. And they do have on-site transportation. So that's pretty neat.
Absolutely.
Yep. So that's kind of the big Disney news that we're going on. I know we kind of covered that really fast, but let's talk about the return of cruising. And we kind of covered this last week. We've heard more and more information now being pushed out. Great news for those wanting to go to Alaska. the U.S. passed that modification, so to speak, of the bill, where they're going to be able to leave Seattle, round trip to Alaska, and then basically bypass Vancouver and be able to do those Alaska trips. So that's going to be great news for anybody looking to do that.
Yeah, Pat, tell us what you've been experiencing about cruising.
Well, like I said, it was during this bridal expo. What I noticed most is a lot of people are ready to get back on the boat.
Right.
Yep.
Not everyone is, and that's understood. But majority of the people that I came across, they were ready to sail. They're just ready to get out of their house and go experience the things that they love.
Sure.
Right.
And with the Disney Wish coming out, it was a great opportunity for them to take advantage. So Disney
Have
Wish
you had anybody
offers.
reach out? Have anybody reach out for anything other than Disney, like maybe the Carnival Mardi Gras or any of the Royal Caribbean ships that are coming back to the ports?
Royal Caribbean was the only other cruise line that they were got mentioned.
Okay.
But like I said, the Disney Wish, there's a completely new experience. It's fresh, so that's what most people were looking to get information on.
Right.
Now, Disney hasn't come out and said yet regarding cruise line, but they haven't announced that requirements for vaccinations and stuff yet for their guests, have they?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it either because Carnival just dropped it today. They put it out on their website that all guests will have to be fully vaccinated, so on and so forth. And it clearly states on there there's in part of the contract that you can't get an FCC or a refund if you're denied boarding because you didn't have a vaccination, basically. So they're putting into these rules and regulations now that just because you're not vaccinated doesn't mean that you're excluded, exempt, or anything like that. So people should know if you are going to cruise, 99% of the time you're going to have to get vaccinated.
Right.
Which means your whole family. So if you've got a 6-year-old that's not vaccinated, well, they're probably not going to let you board. And that's just for now, right? That's not going to be forever. It's not going to be for the rest of time, but at least until the CDC lifts their restrictions, right? That's the CDC and the cruise lines have basically fought back and forth for the past year trying to get where they've gotten to now. And it's basically kind of like, they keep moving the goalpost type scenario, but the CDC is kind of giving a little bit of easeway to let them do it, but they've got to pass a lot of hurdles. So unfortunately, that's just one of these hurdles we got to go through, right? Is to be vaccinated to do it. But like you said, for those people who want to cruise, they're chomping at the bit, right? So cruise ships are filling up quicker than ever. Because if they're not sailing at 100% capacity, you're talking, 50% or 60%, 70% at the most. A boat that carries 3,000 people, now we're talking only has 1,500 to 2,000. So it's even more of an exclusivity to get those cabins. And they're booking out, I think, all the way to 2024 for some cruise lines?
I haven't seen 2024. I know 2023, though.
Yeah, I had a Carnival email that popped in. I think it was yesterday or the day before. They said it had deals through 2024 now. So maybe just like January, February. But, you just see the pent-up demand. It's back, right? People want to get out and travel, whether it be cruising, whether it be Hawaii, whether it be all-inclusives. It's just, it really is unprecedented. Nothing I've ever seen.
I think what's the biggest thing is if you're not ready to cruise right now, be one of the first out on the cruise ships, book it a year later. Book now, so you get the discounted price. But then, take out that, get that little buffer. With numbers going down, restrictions are going to ease up, and right now it kind of seems like things are just moving at a little slower pace than everybody wishes, but it's actually moving pretty quickly, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Just like it was with the theme parks and everything else, right? It was a slow reopening, right? And once they got a couple months out of their belt and they saw the data and everything else, things started to ease and ease and ease and ease. So yeah, like you said, book for next year, book for next summer, next winter, even the spring break 2023. Right now is the time to get those great deals.
Yeah.
And to ensure you get the place you want on the ship, right? You don't want to be stuck below deck, inside cabin, whatever, because those outside balconies and those porthole, the ocean views
those
are
are
going to be the
first ones to go.
first to go, right? So, and don't get me wrong, inside staterooms, there's nothing wrong with it. Some people prefer it because they're never
The new
in their
Wish
stateroom.
inside staterooms do not look like inside staterooms at all.
No. I would stay in an inside stateroom on the Wish, hands down.
Sure.
No questions asked, right?
My only disappointment is they didn't put the magical quarter in there.
Oh, the magic ports. Yep.
Yeah, that was my only only thing I kind of wish they would have put, because I thought that was a really cool feature for the kids to have.
Sure.
It is, but they still have it on the Magic and the Wonder. So I mean,
Yeah.
you still can
Right.
get that on an inside stateroom. But a lot, I mean, from what I remember from the seminar, they were talking about the Wish has more balcony and family ocean views compared to other ships, and they did that at the expense of getting rid of some of those inside staterooms and adding more and more public spaces to the boat. But yeah, it's got way more suites and way more family staterooms than in all the other ships combined. So.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
Those-
those two-story
things are
Cinderella
ridiculous.
suites and the funnel suite. Come on.
Yeah.
That's
Did
where I wanna
anybody ask
stay.
you about that, Pat? Anybody ask you to like shoot the moon?
No, unfortunately, I don't know whether they weren't aware of it or they just like, okay, yeah, that's Dreamland. That's like saying the castle.
I want to know how long the wait list is for that funnel suite, because if there's only one on each sailing, you know what I mean? Like just the general demand for every sailing is through the roof. So I can't imagine what the wait list is for that suite.
Or how far out it is.
Well, I mean, the inaugural sailing sold out in seconds. I mean,
yeah.
people were on
It
hold
was
for
gone.
4 hours and got nothing.
Yeah.
And with
and
tomorrow
then,
being the opening to the general public,
yeah,
just wait for Disney to do what they do best.
So,
with the website.
being tomorrow, they're dropping the Wish. Do you think Disney will do a little diversion and say, hey, free dining? You know what I'm saying? Like, just to kind of pull some traffic away from DCL.
Man, I
You know
gotta
what I'm saying?
tell you.
Like,
I would love
I mean,
to see
not to
that.
say that would happen, but you know, like they would do something like that.
I don't
right?
know if
You
they're gonna drop free. I don't know if they're
No,
gonna drop a free
I
drive
don't
right
think
out the
either.
chute.
But no, free dining won't be back before dining returns. But I'm just saying, like, what if they drop some kind of promo? You know what I'm saying, or something tomorrow, just to kind of pull...
I said they were going to do that last time, and I was wrong. I was like they're going to drop the buy 3 get 2 free. They're going to get rid of it, and then they're going to roll right into something else, and they haven't. They just
No, they
kept
haven't.
the 25, knocked it up to 30 on some of them, and that's been it. But I mean, I had people on the buy 3 get 2 free that I switched to the save 25%, and I mean save people thousands just by switching to that. So really,
yeah, that usually doesn't happen.
It's
when
like
they come
looking
out with a
through
later
Apple
deal.
and FunJet and
Yeah.
Southwest and that whole thing to find out how to
Yeah.
get
Yep.
it down.
No, I really think that, especially this summer, with a lot of the states removing the outdoor mask mandate and stuff like that, that is the catalyst for the travel.
Well,
right?
I'm saying it's moving so fast that I think things are like we're thinking right now. Dining's going to be back now. From what Melissa said, that dining icon was there for an October stay. I just looked on
Okay.
mine while we were talking. I don't have it on mine for my June
No.
stay.
I don't have it for my October stay,
Okay.
or July either. So, and that one lady that I saw with the fast pass that said June 8th, she had an August 9th or August 8th stay. So, again, I think it's a glitch, but at the same time, I think somebody's.
I don't
getting
think
ready
it's
to
a
push the
glitch.
button.
I don't think it's a
Well,
glitch. It's
a
Disney.
glitch
They're
because
not-
it shouldn't be showing up right now. That's the glitch, right? But I think somebody's got the code already written, and
You
it's
think
ready to
that
just
there
hit the
aren't
flip the
people who
switch.
work for Disney that check this stuff and they're like, it's live, turn it off, and they're like, nah, I just want to see
Bro.
people play with it. They're not doing. I think they did it on purpose.
I'm not. Well. It could be right, but it could be just the way the coding works.
No,
okay?
I think Disney likes to throw things out there
Teasers.
to get people just to get the buzz going, so that when it happens, it's a little bit more mellowed out. Than
Maybe.
just, I mean, people lose
Maybe.
their minds.
But at the same time, they don't want to drive up business and people calling in and say, "Hey, is free dining back or is dining back?" Unwanted traffic.
They're
calling
gonna
in.
get the phone calls from people on everything anyway. It
Right.
gets out of hand sometimes.
No, it does. They call literally about every question.
What do you got,
And then-
Pat? What news have you heard, or what rumors have you heard? Because obviously, and again, we always tell people don't take what we're saying,
the
to
bank.
heart unless we know it's true. But this
Yeah.
rumor stuff's fun because everybody hears it. Everybody's
Yeah.
on social media.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've been like itching to find out when annual passes are coming back. And right
Yeah.
now, what I've heard
Yeah.
was possibly August 16th.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm praying it happens a little sooner than that, so I can convert my July tickets into annual passes.
yeah.
Yeah,
see,
there's a lot
I
of people
lo-
in the same boat.
I lucked out. My annual pass started.
Oh, you
the
were like
day
the,
of-
the best, right?
The day of
it
conference,
closed.
the day of conference last year, it started, and then the next day they shut it down. So I literally used my annual pass for
One day.
one day. Guys, I got to tell you right now, Pat, remember how we were talking about storms?
Oh yeah,
Can you
I
guys
hear
hear
it.
that?
I hear it. That sounds like hail or something.
It
In the
is. It's
window.
hail.
yeah.
Like
Jeez.
it's legit. Like I don't know, dime size hail crushing everything.
Wow.
That's
So I'll
crazy.
probably get it in like 20, 30 minutes then.
Yeah. I mean it's not going away either. But yeah, so mine extended and then they gave me the extension on top of that. So it was supposed to expire in March and then it will I think it's like mid to late August now.
You got
is when
18
it
months out of a
expires,
12-month
so-
pass.
Yeah.
Of what, 2023?
I wish.
Did you ever get your refund back for the platinum part with the water park? Did they ever send that to you?
They sent the 7-year-old a check. Yep. They sent him one.
For like
I have no idea
$12.
It was. It's like $11.78. They were like,
Yeah.
there you go.
I think mine was like $48. Like, great. Doesn't even cover a one-day admission to Blizzard
Right,
Beach.
right.
Come on.
I
You know,
still have a 1 day the thing from conference, that 1 day
Oh, yeah, the comp
Magic
ticket.
Your Way. I can't use it because I'm an annual pass holder. So
Well, I mean, technically, you can transfer it to anybody in your family and friends list.
oh really?
Yeah, as long as it's not been used, you can assign it to any other one of your people on your family and friends.
Wow. Okay, that's good to know. I think we only have until the 31st of December.
Yeah, end of the
this
year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, 'cause I do that like whenever I go, because I've got that comp ticket I got right before COVID, where it was 10-year expiration or whatever. I usually
Right.
just throw that to my nephew's profile so that because what happened was during a recent visit, something happened on the turnstile and it used that entitlement over my annual pass.
That's
And I'm
weird.
like, yeah, it's like annual pass is the top of the top. Like there's nothing above that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
why would it use a 1-day park hopper over an annual pass? Didn't so they fixed
Weird.
it, but it was crazy. So now I take it off my name so it doesn't happen again and I lose it again.
Yeah,
Because
they're doing retina scans now and facial recognition and
yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out because
I heard your
think it's
dead
kinda
cell
cool.
phone still emits the RF for you to get through. So if your cell phone's dead, you can still get in the park.
Yep.
Your
Yeah. So
reservation.
Apple's iPhone, they have that built in. It's called Express Transit mode. So yeah, if your phone completely dies, there's still enough juice left in the battery that you can use the NFC part to enter the part with the Magic Mobile. It does not work with the watch. If your watch dies, it
No.
don't work that way. It's
Right.
just the
Yeah.
phone. So,
I was gonna
but I'm
say,
looking forward to using that.
I know a lot of people have been complaining about what if my phone dies, things like that, and I'm just like, it's in my pocket. It's the end of the night. We're just trying to get into the room now. We gotta go digging into my pocket.
Right.
I'm
Right.
like, well, they have the app on my watch as well now, so
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
something you just like your Magic Band. Use it
And
that way.
they're supposed to be updating it. I don't know if it's going to make it in time for summer, but they're supposed to update the Magic Mobile service to unlock the room as well, without having to go through the app. So that's a feature update coming.
I think it's pretty easy through the app anyway. You just have to hit 2 buttons and your door opens.
Yeah, but if your phone's dead, you know what I'm saying, you can't do that. That's
Sure.
where that new update's going to allow that to happen. If you don't have your Magic Band, or you're like me and you leave the room and you have your watch on but not your Magic Band, and you're in your underwear with no shirt on, and you have to go to the front desk, say, "Hey, can you let me in?" Yeah, do you have your ID? Does it look like I have my ID?
I checked into where was I? At Universal. I checked
Yeah.
in.
It's a
I
Hard Rock,
went
think,
to do a
wasn't
live video to go get ice, and I realized that I had no way to get back in my room. So I had just gotten there, had to go downstairs. She's like, "Okay," and the last name, I'm like, I was literally
it?
just
Just
here.
saw you.
Like I was probably the last person you talked to, and I'm different than other people. So please, can we just not?
It's just like, look,
Can I have
look
your
at me.
confirmation number, please? I'm like, please. I was just here, like literally just now.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but
Yep.
they were nice. They were nice at the front desk. They let me back in. So, and then yeah, the Magic Mobile. I don't know if Pat, since he's not annual pass at the moment, he may not have heard this, but right now there's an annual pass, specific Magic Mobile, design that you can use. Coming soon. We don't have a date yet. They're going to be adding Orange Bird and Figment available to pass holders exclusively in the app. So
Nice.
that was kind of basically a nod to we're getting rid of giving you a free Magic Band every year, but you're going to get a special exclusive design on Magic Mobile. So that was
Oh,
a
yeah.
way of
Yep.
softening that blow. So, I mean, that's fine. I've got enough Magic Bands. I mean, honestly, the colored ones I don't need any more of. I mean, if I'm gonna get one, I'll just buy the discounted, themed one every year or with a resort stay or what have you. So it's not that big of a thing. Personally will use Magic Mobile probably more than I will Magic Band. That's just
Yeah.
me.
I agree.
Just
I
because
think
I
especially
always have my Apple Watch. You know what I mean? I never leave home without it. I've always got my phone. And then during the summertime, the Magic Bands can get hot and sweaty. I mean, it is a piece of plastic on your arm. It doesn't really breathe. So, it happens. And then it just builds up with sweat and everything else underneath there. So, yeah,
yeah,
they're cool. Don't get me wrong. I love the Magic Bands, but I much prefer to use technology that's already in my pocket and on my hand. So,
Sure.
exactly.
yep. Man, we're kind of blowing through this here. We're only got a half hour under our belt. What else have we got going on in
Well,
the world of
everything we
travel?
had to say tonight was like big, huge things. We didn't have like a target of all
Yeah.
inclusives or, any
Very true.
type of vacation. There was just a lot of information that came out that's going to help a lot of people,
Yeah.
decide on what they want to do next vacation wise.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of people here right now.
Let's just kind of discuss what kind of travel we all have coming up. I know Nate, you've got family travel plans coming up. Pat, you got plans to travel soon. I mean, obviously outside of Disney.
Outside of Disney, probably just an extended weekend down the shore.
Okay.
That's about it right now. We're still contemplating maybe planning something in November, maybe
Okay.
Universal, or
Nice.
obviously we'll definitely be hitting Disney to experience
Right.
the 50th anniversary. But
Yeah, get that for Remy's Ratatouille.
exactly, yeah. So we're still bouncing things around, but we're already looking at next year, possibly going to Disneyland with with that opening up. Obviously, Avengers Camp is there. I want to get there for that.
Yeah,
So,
Avengers Campus looks really sweet, and even some of those restaurants and eateries that they're going to have their unique dining experiences. Those look really cool.
yeah,
Yep.
that Pimp laboratory.
The Pim
what they're
Labs.
doing.
Yep.
Yeah, that
For sure. That would probably be. I think that and the shawarma place are going to be the two most
Yes.
popular places in Avengers Campus. So
Yeah.
there'll be a line for shawarma just like there is for cheese egg rolls every day. You know what I mean? So
exactly. So
yeah, I've got some travel coming up. I've got a lot of travel coming up actually. Next week I'll be heading off to Vegas for a 48-hour trip to go check out all that's open, and some new experiences as well. They're of course 100% back capacity at most casinos and resorts, and they still have their indoor mask mandate, but they dropped their outdoor mask mandate. So that's kind of cool. And then I've got Universal and Disney coming up back to back there in July, and then going to Hawaii in August. So we're gonna check out the island. So that is also some good news that we heard today. The governor of Hawaii announced the mask mandate effective immediately has been dropped for outdoor. Still required indoor, just like everywhere else, right? But they said if the vaccination procedures go well over the next coming weeks, they're going to make changes to the Hawaii Safe Travels program, which, if you don't know what that is, it's their pre-arrival testing. It's the only state in the U.S. that requires pre-arrival testing to arrive. They're going to change that. So right now you have to have a negative test before you take off within 72 hours, and then you have to take another one upon arrival at Maui Airport or Honolulu or wherever you're going. And those lines have been upwards of 2, 3, 4 hours just waiting at the
Oof.
airport to get tested. So
No thanks.
that's one of the main reasons they're going to make some changes to this. So I would suspect they haven't come out with the details yet, but they said it's going to happen sometime next month. So probably this time next month, end of June, right before the 4th of July. I would suspect they're going to move to, if you're fully vaccinated, you'll be exempt from the probably the testing requirement on arrival, maybe even the departure testing requirement. But at the very least, they're probably going to eliminate the arrival testing just to get rid of the lines and the crowds at the airport, because
Sure.
that just kind of, it really just goes against what they're trying to do, right? If you're going to make people stand in line and a whole bunch of crowds indoors waiting to be tested to find out if they got COVID, that just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you might as well just tell them don't wear a mask and just wait
Were
here.
you in the
know what I
same
mean?
room for 15 minutes? Listen, let me tell you something.
I just came from there. You see that line?
Right.
I've been there since yesterday.
Thursday.
Yeah. So yeah, that's great news because Hawaii has been very popular. Um, Obviously, if you've never been to Hawaii, it's paradise, right? So everybody wants to go, and if they start easing the travel restrictions, it's going to be just like anywhere else right now.
Sure.
Everybody's going to be getting there to get vacation because it's, let's just face it, everybody's been locked up. Everybody wants to go somewhere. Everybody's got money saved up, and they're ready to travel and they're ready to spend it. So
Also, back to Disney. I just wanted to go over what Chapek's words were as a concerning, well, not concerning, or regarding what he said about the opening and expanding of capacity. Is he said it would be low double digits over the next few months.
right. So I mean,
Low
we're talking.
double digit increases over the next few months. So
So that I take that as minimum 10% increases at a time, right? So
I was talking it over today with some people that I will be traveling with in June, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if it was 60 to 65% by the time I get there at the end of June. I would
yep,
say that would be
I'm
a safe.
estimating 75% when I'm there in July,
Yeah,
mid July.
yeah. And I
So
think by October it's going to be,
close to
full
100.
throttle with exceptions. I think it's going to be mostly full throttle.
And that's why I still strongly predict we will have fireworks for the 50th somewhere.
Oh, I
If
think
not
you're going to
Magic
have them before
Kingdom.
the 50th. They'll
Well, yeah.
be before the 50th.
If
They were
if
testing them
not,
the other night.
yeah, if not the Magic Kingdom, definitely Epcot
Yes,
because
Pat.
we know Epcot.
The floor
can do it.
recognizes MVP, Pat.
I was hoping for 4th of July, to be honest. That's when I was.
That
reckon-
still is a
I don't think it-
possibility.
I don't think
but-
you're that far off, man. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think it's a
with the
possibility, but I
states-
think
states saying what they're saying about,
Yeah.
not just Florida, but like other states, like especially Pennsylvania, stuff came out today about how it's so close to it being
yeah.
there. So that number is almost there. Once you hit that number, it's going to be,
it's
kind of
the
getting
transition,
back
right?
to normal. I mean, I went to Walmart today. If 10%, and I'm talking employees and
Customers.
patrons that were in there, if 10% were wearing masks, I did, I would have been surprised. There was like 4 of us. We all stood in the corner, just like stared at everyone else that was staring at us.
Yeah, here in Jersey, Friday is a big day, so I'm definitely going to plan on going out just to see what
it
know,
looks
what
like.
Is that when
It's
yeah.
gonna be. It's gonna be like
everything like
going out
reopening?
after a nuclear bomb hits when you can come out 6 months later,
You're just going to see people twirling around the mask in their finger.
right?
So are they opening all of Jersey basically like 100% capacity for like bars and restaurants and stuff, or what's actually changing?
The bars and restaurants are at 100%. Mask mandates are open to the private businesses' discretion. Schools will still require masks.
Okay.
Okay.
Your doctor's offices, hospitals, any public service areas, you're still
Right.
required to wear a mask. Transportation hubs will require a mask. That was pretty much the census, I think, of everything. Anything
So
that's
it's
like,
pretty much following what the rest of the country is pretty much doing
Seems
as far
like
as
it,
let
Yeah.
you make your own decision. Businesses can still put up their own rules. I mean, short of federal governments and stuff like that. Yeah, schools has kind of been the dividing factor. Some states are saying no masks are required. Some are saying we'll still do masks. I know here in Texas, most of the school districts are doing optional for masks, and they're getting rid of virtual learning. So that's no longer going to be an option unless you come down with COVID or some kind of disease where you can't come to school. Then you'll be an exception made for that. But I find that kind of a complete 180. They were all last year pushing for virtual and now they're saying they don't want to. And I think a lot of it comes down to it was just difficult for everybody involved.
It
The
was very
kids, the
difficult.
parent,
A lot of
the
people who
teacher.
aren't teachers got thrown into a lot of
Yeah.
nonsense. A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
stuff that we're just.
And
I'm
our
sorry.
kids, let's
Oh,
be
you
honest,
need
our
help?
kids suffered,
I'm
right?
working.
So
I know that teachers work and that's their job, but my job isn't teaching; it's doing something else while learning's going on. So it was a tough thing for me to balance. I can tell you that much. It was a
yeah, and
it was a
I have a
difficult year.
4-year-old doing pre-K, and like,
yeah, you can't do that online with a pre-K.
like-
It just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They need that hand to hand, just somebody kind of there to help them. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do it over Zoom. A
Where's
seventh
my
grader, an
teacher's
eighth grader-
assistant? Where's my
Yeah.
teacher's assistant?
Exactly.
I need a sub. I'm going to be out today.
Daddy can't make it.
Exactly. Sweet.
Well,
Yeah.
I know that as we progress through the summer, things are going to continue to evolve and change.
Yeah.
And everything you hear and see, I mean, just take it for granted because it will change by tomorrow or the next week. as more and more people get vaccinated around the country. So
Yep.
it's promising though. We're getting back to normal. We're getting. I mean, if like we talk about this every week, if you had asked us a year ago if we would have been where we're at now, and a lot of us would have said nope. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
because things a year ago were pretty grim, right? So they were saying 3 to 5 years for travel to return back to where it was, and here we are. I mean, 5 months, 6 months into 2021, and literally we've seen more travel in the first 6 months than the last half of 2019 and the first half of 2020
Yep.
combined.
Cabin
So
fever in
Crazy.
full effect.
it really is. It really is. So
Yeah.
if you're watching this, people, we beg you, if you're looking to travel anytime in 2021, I mean,
Just
short
do
of
Not beg you,
summer.
but just do yourself a favor. It's
Well,
it's
I'm
getting
begging you, book early. It will save you a lot of headache and a lot of money.
yeah.
I
Well,
literally
that's the
had
money
somebody hit
part.
me
Yeah,
up.
the prices are going up every day on these all-inclusives. Flights are going up, you know.
Yes. I
So,
mean, don't get me wrong. Prior to the pandemic, it was not uncommon to go less than 60 days out. You could find a great last minute deal, somebody
yep.
canceled, whatever. That doesn't happen anymore.
No, because
So,
they're only at 50% capacity. They can only fill
right.
so many, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. There's been a meme that we've been passing around the internet travel agents. So remember the toilet paper shortage last year?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it is with vacations right now. Everybody wants a vacation, but
Yep.
nobody's got it to sell. So that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
It's very supply and demand.
Yeah, just
Um,
just be in some of the groups on social media, especially, some of the ones that some people
yeah.
like, some people don't or whatever, but you see people saying, that my vacation's destroyed. I wanted to be there, next week, and there's no reservations. Like you've been prepped for this. Everybody's been
Yeah.
prepping for this, and you're part of social media and in that group. So you can,
Yeah. So you got to
that's
think
why you get a
spring
lot of
break
haha
already for
face.
next year. Spring
Yeah,
break 2022 is already
spring
filling
break.
up.
Yep.
Christmas this year, pretty much full, right? So if you want to go to
Bachelorette
Universal,
parties, weddings, all the weddings that got put off, they're all
oh my
back, and
gosh.
it's every day, and everybody
To
is
be a
going
wedding
somewhere,
planner, oh my god, I think they've got a harder job than we do right now because they're
right?
having to plan so
Absolutely.
many weddings. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Yep.
so crazy. Because wedding
Yep.
venues can only do one wedding at a time. At least at a Disney and Universal, they can have a couple hundred families at a time, staying. So,
Right.
just to kind of think the kind of pressure they have. So yeah, book early, book now. You're not going to find better deals, pretty much anytime short of 6 months out. So, if you book for something late next year, you can see deals pop up usually within 6 months of arrival. And that's the thing is a lot of these suppliers that we book with, if you book it now and something comes out, you can still get that promotion, right? Disney,
Right.
Universal, they can prorate it, so you can still save even more, even after booking. So a $200 deposit here, $150 there, is nothing to save thousands of dollars a year from now. So
Right.
and make payments, right? Make payments along the way. $20 a week, $10 a week, $50 a month. Pay it
Yep.
off. Do whatever
Whatever
you gotta
works for you. Yep.
do. Yep.
Absolutely.
Well, I think
Cool.
that's all the info that I've got tonight. You guys have anything else?
No, one thing we didn't touch on, and it was something that we picked up on at conference, or I did anyway, and they went through it really fast, but they talked about some themed parties and things like that you can do
Yeah.
at Disney that I had absolutely no idea about. The hidden room behind Frozen, where they have parties, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Completely themed parties and things like that. So just stuff for people to keep in the back of their heads, like stuff we learn about, or I had literally had no idea that they had stuff like this. And there are parties, they have buses that you don't even see. They have so many things that are available. So it's worth like digging in and like trying to find that stuff. And of course, weddings, having Disney as your destination wedding, that's always an option, but so it can get pricey. You know what I mean?
Well, if anytime you put the D word in front of anything, it gets pricey, right? So Disney
but
just
those
adds
parties
that
weren't
luxury.
as bad as I would have thought, especially when they can accommodate 16, 18 people. I thought that those were pretty cool. Like I thought that
Yeah.
those rooms were like really neat, and they take you back
Mhm.
behind everything, and it's cool. Just something that randomly popped in my head that we hadn't brought up
Sure,
before.
sure. And
Yep.
on the topic of weddings, I mean, you can do more than just a Disney wedding, right? So you can get married
Sure.
in Hawaii, you can get married in Cancun, you can get married
Yep.
in the Caribbean, you can get married on a cruise ship.
Yep.
There's literally wedding and honeymoon packages, all inclusive packages available for every type of
There's
situation.
already one booked on Wish.
Yeah, that's
Like
gonna
this-
be
yeah.
that's gonna be a hell of a wedding, dude. Like I just want to go be there to be a part
Wedding
of it. So
Crasher.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
wedding crash the Disney Wish. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. That would be fun. And
You're gonna have a
that'd be
stage
hell of
5 clinger.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that you wouldn't be able to leave her because you're on the boat. So I'll find you. Yeah, she will.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. It got me.
She found me on deck 9. Damn.
There you go.
So
Cool,
yeah,
man.
thanks everybody again for joining in and watching us. Thanks for Pat for joining us and
Pat, come on back.
sharing.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
Pat
having
on
me.
time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. All right. We'll figure out what day we're gonna do next week. We're gonna keep bouncing around, make you guys, but we
Change
just
it
have a
up.
lot. Everybody's got a lot of day job stuff going on with everything coming back and stuff like that. So it'll either be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I think are the
it'll
3
be a
days.
weekday night somewhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weekday night. So.
Yeah, but we'll definitely
we'll
put
put
a
up a
post up.
post. Yep, and see what's going on. We're waiting for more news to drop before we zero in again on something, so that we don't take away from what we want to talk about. But we'll see what Pat wants to talk about. We can do a little party, a little soiree, a little shindig.
Sounds good,
Absolutely.
guys.
So again, everybody, thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to drop a comment if you have any questions. And as always, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again real soon. Have a magical night, everybody.
Zip.